Today's for the Barcelona fans. Hi guys, you're welcome to Sports Masters TV, where we discuss sport and we'll bring you updates on sport news. I'm your favorite host as usual, Deb Loaf, and with me here is Radic. Yeah. Welcome, Radic. Yeah. Where is Wale?
Wale, he's taking a break.
Taking a break.
I think he doesn't want to face me today.
Interesting. All right, guys. Today we'll be discussing Barcelona's greatest 11 of all time. And yes, Radic we'll be having Radic on that, and Radic will be giving us
my player.
Your greatest 11 of all time. Thank God Wale is not here to counter and attack you.
We are talking about one of the best teams in the world. I would have said the best, but you cannot put Real Madrid aside or put Real Madrid behind because of what Real Madrid has achieved, both locally and international European competitions. But you have to put Barcelona up there when you are talking about the greatest clubs in European football. And believe me, picking the greatest 11 was not an easy thing at all. It wasn't an easy task. But then I had to go with a 4-3-3 formation. Okay. I'm sure you'll be wondering, is this like the first time I'm going with 4 defenders? I'm always going with 3 defenders.
3-5-2, 3-5-3, 3-4-3.
Yeah. Now I'm going with 4-3-3. And that's because of the way I want this team to play. Is attack all through.
Okay.
We all know Barcelona, they are comfortable with possession. Tiki-taka football. So my goalkeeper.
Yes, let's start with your goalkeeper.
My goalkeeper is Zubizarreta.
Why make that choice?
You know, I keep talking about what I want in my goalkeepers. Okay. And anytime I mention the features I want for my goalkeepers, I mention commanding presence. I like a keeper that can command the defense. I don't want a keeper that hides behind very, very good defenses. I don't want a goalkeeper that hides behind the fact that your team is exceptionally good and always attacking, so you don't get to see actions most of the time. I want a keeper who talks and everybody listens. And Zubizarreta was that guy. Commanding presence, well respected by every player on the pitch. And unfortunately, the only but he had in his game was the fact that he wasn't good with the ball at his feet, and which made him fall out of favor in Johan Cruyff's team in 1994. But then he has to be my number one.
Oh wow! All right, so let's move to your defense team.
My defense team.
I can't wait to hear that. I can't, because there's this particular player that I'm waiting for you to talk about.
Unfortunately, you may not hear him.
Wow. Okay, I guess you know who I'm referring to already.
We are talking about, I love a fierce defense. And when we are talking about fierce defenders, first person I'll be picking is Carles Puyol. Carles Puyol, when you talk about every team, be it Man U, Arsenal, Chelsea, you talk about one particular player that breathes, thinks, eats, does everything for the club, that wears the club around across his sleeve. You know, wears his house across his sleeve for the club. And Carles Puyol was that guy. You know, we talk about John Terry, we talk about Tony Adams, we talk about Carragher, players that will give them their life for the club. And Carles Puyol was just that person. And he won a lot of trophies for them. Very, very well respected players also. One of the best defenders in the generation. So Carles Puyol will be the first person in the central defense. The second person in the central defense has to be Ronald Koeman. You know, I'm sure you've not heard.
I'm not.
Yes, it has to be Ronald Koeman because of who Ronald Koeman was. You will be tempted to think Ronald Koeman was not a central defender, maybe more of an attacker. But Ronald Koeman, because of the number of goals he scored for Barcelona, till now is the second highest goal scoring defender in the La Liga, behind only King Ramos. You know, and the second when it comes to free kick goals, second only to Messi. Penalty goals, second only to Messi. And the way he commanded that defense, he was as good as he was as an attacker, even as a defender. And sometimes he was used in the middle of the pitch. So Ronald Koeman, kudos to Ronald Koeman.
All right, the third person.
On the left, What they like to say, plug and play. I would like to pick Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba was a plug and play for Barcelona after the 2010 World Cup that Spain won. You know, they saw him and they felt this guy actually fits our pattern. Let's get this guy. And since then, he has never looked back. He has been one of the best left backs to ever play football, especially in the modern era of football. And he has won everything, almost everything. You see the likes of Busquets, the likes of Messi win, you know. He has been a mainstay in that team, even till now. Inspiration-wise also for the team. On the right-hand side, I'll go for the most decorated player in European football.
Okay.
And that is Dani Alves.
You got me there. You got me there. I was actually thinking you were going to say my name, but it's fine. It's fine. The name I have in mind, but it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe you tell us that now. Later.
No, later.
So I'm waiting. Dani Alves is the most decorated player.
Okay.
In European football, and you have to love the way he attacked. He was always part of the attack. As a matter of fact, there was a time you think he was Messi's sidekick because of the way he used to feed Messi from that right half flank. He was as good as he was in attack and in the defense also. Very, very fierce footballer, very, very strong. Couldn't be bullied. Was never a pushover. As a matter of fact, he would be the one to push you over. So you have those kind of players that won a lot with that team in that golden generation. Will I call it the golden generation? The Guardiola generation of players.
Yeah, of course.
You know? And if I go to, speaking of Guardiola, the first person I'm going to put in my middle of the field is Guardiola. Yes, the master coach himself. Guardiola.
Okay.
Bravo Award winner. Was in 1992. For you to win a Bravo Award, you have to be one of the brightest, as a matter of fact, the brightest young talent in European football. Your future has to be as bright as anything. And if you look at all those players that have won the Bravo, they've gone on to explore in football. They've gone on to do great things in football. Messi was part of them.
Yes.
Ronaldo was part of them. You have a lot of players, except for a very, very few of them. And they also proved that he was a mainstay in that Johan Cruyff team. And that Barcelona team that took over Spain in the early 90s to the mid 90s. So Guardiola, good as a player, also doing the same exploits as a coach. And now, if I'm going to the two players that are going to be partnering Guardiola in front of him, two of them forming a triangle, is a player that they are players that I'm sure every Barcelona fan or every football fan will definitely pick. And they are the usual suspects, Iniesta and Xavi. And
still not my name.
Andreas Iniesta.
Okay.
And
I wish Wale was here. Actually, Wale would have told you.
And Xavi Hernandez.
Wale would do this.
Wale would never argue with me on that. I'm even sure this guy behind the camera would never argue with me on that. You know?
Okay.
They were part of the three dwarfs in the Barcelona midfield. When Barcelona was still the great Barcelona, the greatest Barcelona team to ever come out in football, you know, both were magnificent players. They were magicians on the ball. Xavi Hernandez is by far one of the greatest midfielders of all time, if not the greatest midfielder of all time. Very short, he had this telepathic connection with Messi up front, and these guys detected the tempo of the game for Barcelona, and they were the one that made Barcelona that tiki-taka kind of footballing team. The ball was always glued to their feet. Iniesta also. Both of them were on the podium more than once for the Ballon d'Or, World Footballer of the Year. They won the World Cup. They won everything Barcelona won in that generation. So I've put both of them together. I don't need to talk about each of them.
Okay, so let's move on to your attacking team, your strikers.
Yeah, like I said, there are three. I'm sure two of them might be. The first person I'll go for on the left hand side has to be the king, the master of dribbles himself, Ronaldo. Two-time Ballon d'Or winner. One of the greatest entertainer you ever see in football.
Yeah.
When you are talking about entertainers, you are talking about Okocha, you are talking about Valderrama, you have to mention Ronaldinho.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you most likely mention Ronaldinho before these other two players. They were magicians. They were players that did things that were supposed to be done in testimonials in normal matches. And to crown that, he won things with Barcelona. He led the team. It wasn't just a show off. He also contributed in terms of results and personal achievements. So Ronaldinho has to be in my front three. On the right hand side, who else but the GOAT himself?
As much as I love him, I wouldn't have you say the GOAT here. No,
the reason
this set.
The reason
because some of us have we have our own GOAT. So please, you respect my feelings.
I'm very sorry for that.
Yes, please.
But then GOAT, the word GOAT has been overused in football, basketball, in every other sport. So you can actually call about 10 footballers GOATs.
Yeah.
Personally, Ronaldo is my own GOAT, number one.
Personally too.
Personally.
Yes.
But you cannot deny the fact that Messi
is also yes, and of course.
It's still doing. The World Cup he won actually maybe concluded the debate on Ronaldo Messi. Everything is up now.
He did conclude the debate.
It
didn't.
On what they are.
He won it. He was lucky enough. He has worked for it though. But he's lucky enough to have won. But don't use the World Cup finale to judge who is the GOAT.
Unless Ronaldo can win a World Cup.
No,
by the next World Cup, Ronaldo
I'll take that as a sub for me.
Ronaldo will be over 40.
Don't worry.
The World Cup.
It is. I'm not going to bring up this topic here. No, I'm getting pissed already. Wale, where are you?
So when you are talking about a player that scored 778 goals in 672 matches, mouth lips sealed. There's nothing else to say about it. He has won the Ballon d'Or 7 times. He has won a lot of trophies. He has won everything you need to win, both as in club football and national team. So we don't need to mince words when we talk about it.
So let's hear the last.
The last one will come as a surprise to a lot of people because you are not going to be hearing your favorite strikers' names. Let me give you a spoiler. You are not going to be hearing Suarez. Yes, you will not hear Suarez.
Where's Neymar?
You are not going to be hearing Neymar.
Why?
Yes.
Neymar, my baby. Why?
I will tell you why you will not hear Neymar. I'm telling you will not hear Neymar because of a guy called Risto Stoichkov. A Bulgarian, not just played 5 seasons for Barcelona. Won the La Liga those 5 seasons. He was a Golden Boot winner in the whole of Europe in 1990. He was a Ballon d'Or winner in 1994. Won a lot of trophies. He was a complete footballer. Could dribble, could pass, could assist, could head. Was a maestro when it comes to free kicks. Was a dead ball specialist. He was a penalty taker. What do you want from a striker that this guy does not have? Won the European Cup Winners' Cup. He just says everything. People like Neymar will not be in my team because his dedication to Barcelona was not enough for me. Maybe he left Barcelona too early. Maybe he would have made his impact. But he left and could not make that impact. Suarez also, to me, and David Villa, they rode on the coattail of Messi, Iniesta, and Xavi because those were the distributors. There was no way you could make a good run and you will not get assists from those players.
Actually, I guess
so. So those are my players.
Wow. So who are the ones that you would like to place on the bench?
Obviously, I've mentioned
Neymar, Suarez.
I've mentioned David Villa, Busquets in the middle of the field to come in as a sub for some of these players.
Wow.
I will put Piqué also in the team.
Okay. So who are you putting on your team? Let us know in our comment section. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to get notified anytime we have an update for you. Radic, thank you for coming. It's been wonderful having you here in the studio. Thank you. The cameraman will say thank you. From the Sports Maestros TV team, do not forget to follow us on Instagram at Sports Maestros TV. We love you always. From your dead loaf, the favorite host here. Say bye.